Good morning. The UK now recycles 43% of household waste, but the Local Government Association thinks we should be doing more. I'll be looking at how recycling could save taxpayers money.
I have no idea.
A crowded sofa.
Well, you've just arrived, you see.
Hello.
Morning.
Not available, Steph, sorry.
Yeah, I know, Bill. I am absolutely devastated about you being married, I'll be honest with you. Morning, everyone. Let me tell you what's going on in the business pages. In the Daily Telegraph, it's a story which I mentioned yesterday about the funding for lending figures which came out, and you can just see here. It's saying that despite the fact that banks have access to this scheme, this is the scheme which is designed to get more money around the economy by letting banks borrow money cheaply, which they then can pass out to businesses. It's saying, well, actually, lending by British banks fell by £300 million in the first 3 months of this year. So some suggesting that perhaps the scheme isn't working. But one bank which has been using it is the Cooperative. And the Times has a story here saying the Cooperative Bank sought nearly £1 billion in cheap loans from the Bank of England after it realised that there was a big hole in its balance sheet, so it's got that money from the Bank of England to try and shore up its capital. And one other quick story is about the Bangladesh. We remember this awful story about the collapse of the factory there. Well, engineers are saying 60% of the garment industry buildings in Bangladesh are at risk of collapse, so not great news there. And I'm going to be talking a bit later on about debt and older people being in lots of debt.
Right. All right, Steph, we'll talk to you a bit later.
12 minutes to 7. A decade ago, here in the UK, we recycled just 13%, just over a tenth of our household waste.
That has now risen to more than 40%, but it is claimed that councils could still be doing more to reduce the amount of waste that goes to landfill. So Steph is talking about that this morning. Morning, Steph.
Yes, morning to you both. We've already done really well on recycling, but we could do a bit more, according to council bosses. Yes, morning everyone. Council bosses across the country say that increasing the amount of recycling we do would not only be green, but would save council taxpayers money. And what we throw away isn't rubbish at all. It's worth over £11 billion to the economy. Money cash-strapped councils would love to get their hands on. Well, Councillor Mehboob Khan is one of the leaders of the Local Government Association, which represents local councils. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Tell us a bit about how money could be saved here. Yeah. Explain about landfill tax, because this is the money that you have to pay for the amount of landfill you have, which essentially residents are paying through their council tax. Is that right? It is amazing that we've gone from 13% to 43%, but that's probably the easiest things we've done to do recycling. Is it going to be easy to increase that even further? You say that the public will react positively, but what can they actually do to do more if they're already, doing a lot? Explaining how they can do it.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for that. That's it for me for now.
Steph, thanks very much indeed.